Shit. Ooh, that shit was fire as hell. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Locker Room Banter podcast show.
Well, the ladies are always welcome.
They most certainly are. We are at episode number 45. We just gave y'all 44. We at 45.
Not that 45.
Yeah, not that 45. I kind of wish we could have did like the elevators and we just skipped straight over from 44 to 46.
I am low key surprised that you didn't say that I was on Obama episode.
I was
last
going to.
episode,
I was. I guess we must think alike because I thought about mentioning it in there somewhere. But shit, I forgot it was 44. We done did so many.
Yeah, man. I mean, we haven't done so many because we ain't even there yet. We gotta get consistent enough. Once
Well,
we come back and start hitting y'all back week
yeah.
after week after week, trust me, we gonna get there. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it because we should have been at 100 episodes by now, man.
This is true. And speaking of that, shout out to everyone that does listen. I'm going to go ahead and give just a few names. Shout out to my bro, Dante. Shout out to you. Shout out to Dallas, lifetime friend, lifetime guest on the show. Shout out to Ronnie. Shout out to, everybody that I know listen. Shout out to Quan for being on the last episode and also tuning in.
And yeah, definitely got to give a shout out to the ladies in my LC, man. Dominique,
Oh,
Latoya,
yeah.
Dominique, I appreciate the support.
That part.
You know what I mean? And it's Meezy, it's
Yeah,
a whole bunch of
Shamaya,
Shamaya,
yeah,
man, there's a whole bunch of people out there that supporting us. We even got people over in Germany, like I said last time, looking at the views and stuff. I
That's
don't know
dope.
who you are,
I know, right?
but we appreciate the support that y'all out here showing us, man.
Most definitely.
I do want to start off by saying I do apologize because last time I kept saying that. Who was it I was talking about? I was saying that August came through and he did the interview last year. That was 2 years ago because Quan was initially right. But
okay.
either way it goes, fuck that nigga.
Yeah. Well, you would have had to tune in to episode 44 to know what we were talking about. But we are talking about August Alsina saying he had went on a red table and when he actually did the video is what we were questioning. So yeah. Anyway, thank you again for listening. Continue to do such. We will continue to give you that fire. We will start being a little more consistent, as Watt said. And I promise y'all, just stay tuned. Like, we're getting better by the day. I know y'all can tell because I've gotten texts, I've gotten DMs. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten panty emojis like I'm on stage, you know.
All right, boy, don't get your wife to get you shoot you up over here. About to shoot you and have some problems around here.
I'm playing.
Nah, he not.
I'm just serious, as Kanye would say. But nah, as Kanye would say.
That's what's up, man. Well, last episode was pretty much our episode of trying to catch up on a little bit of things that was going on. Not necessarily even a little bit of things, a plethora of things, but we tried to narrow it down. So we didn't really get into too many topics as we normally would have. But so this episode, we back at it with our normal routine, man. Just trying to catch up and everything. We really haven't gotten together and talked about, what's been going on. But,
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we can just talk about right now what happened, what's been going on with you for the past week or so. If you have any updates or anything. You got any life update?
Actually, hey, just last week we gave you an update on how we've been for the year since we've actually done our last episode. But in this last week, I feel like a lot has changed. Shout out to me. Letting go of stress. Stress came in the form of my place of business. So I'm changing places of business. Not important where I'm coming from, where I'm going, but just know I'm going to a less stressful environment. That's, better for my sanity, better for my health. Long story short, I was working nights. Third shift. Anyone that knows about that third shift life, you know how real it is. You're pretty much a fake ass vampire, you know what I mean? And you never get to see your family. So, yeah.
I remember those days. Well, not necessarily as much as you, because you be working from like 12 to like 1 in the morning, 5 in the morning and stuff. But I remember those days when I was working 2 jobs, and not get home to midnight and all that stuff, and 1 in the morning have to get back up at 3 or 4 in the morning. It was a grind, man. But at the same time, you kind of appreciate those days off that you have, which is so random.
Yeah,
Wednesdays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, because you actually are able to get more work done because more businesses are open and you're able to just actually go out and do what you want to do without all those lines that you usually have on the weekend and stuff.
Yeah, this is true, especially me in my life because my little guy, he actually requires a lot of daytime assistance, whether it's doctor's appointments, anything. You can just do it. You don't have to schedule off. Anyone that does a traditional 9 to 5 knows anytime you have some real life events that take place, you always have to put in PTO, take time off, ask for a half a day, whatever you have to do to get that time off. My days were mine because I work nights. Now, I do sacrifice sleep, but everyone knows, hey, if you got to sacrifice something, sleep needs to be that. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. Congratulations to you and the new job opportunity and all that stuff. Because I know it only means better opportunities for you and the fam, which we always are appreciative of, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm running off of 4 hours of sleep right now. I actually got off of work at 5 in the morning and got right up at 9 to take the kids to daycare and been hitting the ground running. But it's more of an excitement reason why I'm up right now because I know I don't have to go into work tonight because my new job doesn't kick off until Friday. So, yeah, thank you for the shout out. And, yeah, better things to come for me. This year's already trash, so I might as well have something good to report.
Gotta make the best out of whatever we have, you know what I mean? Gotta make the best out of whatever we have,
Most definitely, man. So yeah, last time, like he said, we kind of were random, but we were talking about pretty much the shits. We
Yeah.
pretty much kicked the shits as far as what was going on, what we've heard, different stories. I'm sure some of those stories have probably changed, by now. I mean, just briefly, the Meg story, Meg the Stallion and damn Tory Lanez. I'm hearing confirmation that I guess he did purposely shoot her. That's just a touch on that. Did you hear anything different from the last time we?
Megan came out and she actually went on Instagram Live, I believe, yesterday or the day
Yeah, I
before.
actually watched that. Yeah,
I did watch her, and I feel bad for her and all
me
that stuff,
too.
man.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
suck. But she said that she actually got shot in both feet. I
yeah.
didn't know it was both feet.
No,
I
I
thought it
did
was
know
just
that.
one.
I did know that much. Of
I just
course,
thought it was one.
we didn't know the circumstances. But even watching that video, anyone that was on her feed, and I wasn't there for the live, but I actually went back and rewatched it. But that, if you can't look at that and see that that woman, was not faking it. She wasn't, she was glammed up trying to, give you a persona, but she was hurt. She was really traumatized by that event. You can see that, and she's a real female. You know what I mean? A real woman who just, who just went through a bad situation, and she tried her best to verbalize it. But anyone who's been through a lot and tries to, put it into words, you can't. That's why you got all those quiet,
Yeah.
2 minutes of quietness or 30 seconds quietness rather before she say something, because sometimes you can't put into words how you're feeling, and then you may not want to. You know what I mean?
I know one of the things that she was saying that is that she lost her mother earlier, not this year, last year or sometime,
Yeah.
but she lost her mother who was also her best friend and also her
Mhm.
manager. And she's saying she lost both of her parents,
Wow.
and being when you don't have the
Mhm.
people that's you closest to, which is your parents, your mother, who was your best friend.
Mhm.
She was trying to fill those voids with
Yes.
different people, try to
Yeah.
fill that gap and everything. And she thought that she was filling it with the right
Yeah.
people, but
Yeah.
apparently, she
Yep.
went to a nigga with some Napoleon complex ass
Yeah.
nigga, and
Yeah.
wasn't as loyal as she thought that he was to her. And prayers up to her again, man.
Yeah.
Also, that one thing that she brought up was, that the jokes that people was giving off was shooting off wasn't funny.
Yeah. Not funny. Yeah. I
It
seen
wasn't
a
funny.
couple, and it was like, really, bro? You see this girl giving you her heart, and you got something to say, right?
I'm
Anyway,
not gonna front when they put up the Harlem Nights little clip. That shit was kind of
because we
funny,
all
but
thought about that.
but
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, in all due respect, it was something serious when 50
Yeah.
Cent even apologized. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
and it's
So
still fresh. I know sometimes we get over things fast, or we force things to get put in the past very fast. But this just happened. This woman is still
yeah,
healing. She just came through a surgery. Like she even said, she was blessed that it didn't, tear any ligaments or break bones. It kind of went straight through her flesh, and she was able to heal. And she'll probably make a full recovery. But those are gunshots. I mean, I don't care how you look at it. You were shot. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And who's to say that it didn't ricochet off a bone or something?
Anything, you know what I'm saying? Could be some lead going up her leg. You just never know the circumstances. We've heard people die from less. And again, the trauma behind something like that. You know what I mean? I've had guns pulled on me and I'm traumatized. And I'm just imagining what if I was actually shot? What
Yeah.
kind of mental state I'd be in from that shit? So like you said, prayers up to her, shouts out to her. I just hate people when they, always looking for somewhere to input some bullshit to get clout or to get some recognition or to stand out or to get the attention. But y'all need to get a life.
Let me ask you a question. Then, do you think that there's ever a limit to when a joke should be cracked?
Mm,
Because
yes,
with the internet, jokes
I
can come
know.
off at
I
any
know.
time.
Yes, there's always a limit. I mean, I'm not a comedian, so yes, if I was a comedian, I'd be like, no limit. That's my job to make everything funny because it helps you get through pain. Blah blah blah. But for me, yes, there's limits. I mean, I can give you a couple if that's what you're asking.
Give me a couple
Yeah.
of the limits of where you be like, all right, nah, this is too serious of a situation.
And I hate that I have to use this because anyone that knows me, you included, knows this one is personal. But picking on mentally challenged or disabled children or something like that. Someone's kids that aren't fully aware or fully there, and you're going after them. They can't defend themselves. One and two, it's not a laughing matter. It's a real life situation. So kids that have issues are off limits.
Yeah, okay, well, all right, kids are off limits.
Mamas ain't.
I was about to say because me personally, I feel
Yeah.
like you can find a joke in any situation.
Yeah, I feel you, and I do feel you. And it depends on the person receiving the joke if they have the
Yeah,
skin
I
thick
feel like
enough for it.
the relationship that you have with that person
Yeah,
that you're making that joke for or against. As long as you have that relationship, as long as that understanding is there,
yeah, yeah,
because you can make, in my personal opinion, you can make light of a lot of
yeah.
things.
You should
But
actually.
if it's something that they're not going, that it's not hurting their feelings and it's not
Yeah,
painful
yeah,
or anything like that, then of course that's when you probably don't want to do that. If it's something that, okay, my mom just died
yes,
2 days ago, I don't want to hear no mama jokes like that.
yeah.
In Megan's situation when she just got shot, I don't even think that she even owed. the people an
Hmm.
apology, not even an apology, an explanation of
Yes.
going on Instagram Live, and why she hasn't answered people because
Hmm.
that's your personal
That's
business.
it.
You got shot, you healing, you in the healing phase, and
Hmm.
you can live your life. You don't have to
Yeah.
respond. Like if something happened to, I'm pretty sure there's been plenty of things that we've had heard rumors that happened with Beyonce,
Yeah.
heard rumors that happened with Jay Z, heard rumors that happened
Hmm.
with anybody that just you never hear the answer.
Yeah.
Y'all think what y'all want to think, but we know the truth.
Exactly.
But I mean, Megan, she did what she did, and
Yeah.
we applaud her for that. We applaud her for showing being strong
Yeah.
and standing up for herself. And yeah, like I said, even 50 Cent apologized. Who
Yeah.
apologizes to nobody? So I
And
mean,
I do love that, this isn't to beat down a dead horse, but her swag behind it. What I mean by that is, she was very careful as far as, to understand that it's not just her camp that, it could be, harmed from this or whatever her words are. She understands her platform. And mind you, she's just getting to this massive platform she has, and she understands it already to know to watch her words and to be cautious of what you say. Because we know people that just forget about their platform. We just talked about Kanye in the last one. His platform is amazingly high, and I think sometimes he forgets it or abuses it with one of the two or both. And we know he has his issues. But what I mean by that is your platform can get a lot of people in trouble. I mean, look at in the past. I mean, we come from we're '80s babies, so we come from the '90s eras of the Pac and Tupac, the Pac and Biggie thing, where your platform, you say certain things, your camps are affected by it more than you are. You
you're
know what
not
I
even
mean?
talking about you're not even talking for yourself. You're talking about a whole
Yeah, the
coast.
whole coast, not even a whole team that you're under. Like, when damn Pusha made his little jokes or whatever, and Drake was like, all right, whatever. But Drake Camp, was still listening. Same thing with Meek Mill back in the day. Drake did his diss record, and Meek probably was like, fuck it. I thought I was winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But Meek Camp just rolled different, so Drake people had to watch out. So again, you just never know what your words mean,
yeah.
and just be cautious of them. And that's on all levels of life, not even on celebrity levels. That's anywhere.
That's real. That's real. And on that note, I'm pretty sure that everybody's excited for when Megan drops some new music.
Yeah.
Not even just because of what all happened, but we feel like you probably gonna
Yeah.
put all that pain that you have going on right now with Tori, with
Hmm.
whoever other situations that you got going on with your mother. You're
Yeah.
gonna put
Yeah.
all that into your music, and that's usually when a lot of people make their best music is when they put their pain into their music. So
Yeah, like I already heard, they about to drop that Savage Reloaded with Jada Pinkett.
stop it.
Ah,
Stop it.
Entanglements too.
Stop it.
Will Smith drops a verse
Entanglements.
on there. That's funny. Nah,
Entanglements.
man. But again, that's all we did last episode was pretty much kick the shits, let y'all know what's going on, what we've heard about going on. And if y'all, got topics you want to talk about, I know things get old very fast. But like we said, we're going to be recording a little more frequently. Throw something out there. If it's something that doesn't have an expiration date, I promise you, we'd love to hear it. Like,
Yeah, man.
really, we would.
So please be sure to hit us up at the Locker Room Banner
Hmm.
podcast on the Locker Room Banner podcast show on IG or Instagram
Hmm.
at
Hmm.
LRBANTER407 or the Locker Room Banner podcast show on Facebook. You can also hit us up both individually on Instagram
Hmm.
and Facebook, on Twitter and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Anwar Williams, Anwar _357, and myself, Watts the Fourth. That's right, the
Yeah,
boy
man.
Watts. Hit me up.
There it is. There it is. But yeah, man, back to the shits. You know what I mean? But we did have a couple more hot topics we wanted to get on.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, so this one right here, I don't know if you heard today. I heard it today, so that's why I laughed when you brought it up a little earlier. Just like kind of starting to talk about it. So, a video went out, correct? About a young lady and her husband pulled up.
Oh, we starting there already?
We going there.
Okay.
You want to go there?
We can go there.
We can go there. Okay. So yes, a young lady, just kind of give you a visual, since some of y'all may not be watching, and we're not going to be turning screens for you to watch and whatnot. But anyway, a young lady was waiting outside. Her husband was pulling up, and as he pulled up in his SUV, Mama was riding shotgun. So
I don't think that was a scenario. I think the scenario was okay. The guy and his mother.
hmm
No, the guy and his girl went to go pick up his mother. Went to go. I think this was the scenario. And then as they were at the mother house, they went and was chilling at the mom's house, and they were leaving to go somewhere else. Mom jumped in the front seat.
hmm. Either way,
Mom jumped in the front seat,
hmm.
and the guy was driving,
Yeah,
and the girl got upset because the mother was in the front seat, and the guy didn't stand up for her to get in the front
in the back.
seat, and mom get in the back seat. So,
Gotcha. So
go ahead and ask your question.
yeah, so the scenario, like you said, it was pretty much Mama in the front. Wife was trying to claim her seat in the front, trying to get mother to go to the back seat. Obvious question: who gets shotgun? Does Mama get shotgun, or does the wife get shotgun? And
But I don't even think. Okay, so this situation as well, to put some context behind it. I don't
okay,
even think they were. I don't even think they were married. I think they
what
was
she
just a
was
girl.
saying, my husband, or
No,
what
she
she say,
said
my
you my
man?
I'm your girl. I'm your girl.
Oh, okay.
I'm your girl. I'm your girl. So
Maybe I just thought about it on my level,
I mean, as
marriage
you
wise.
should, because
Sorry.
you're marriage wise.
Okay.
But me personally, this is a tough one. This
It's
is
not
a
that
tough.
tough for me, but go ahead.
It's not really that tough for me either, but it's a tough from
I know you, so
perspective.
I know what your answer is. You know
But
what I
my
mean?
answer is because even though my girl may not be my wife, I always
Hmm.
look at my girl like my wife. Ideally, my girl is supposed to be my best friend. My girl is
Hmm.
supposed to be my partner. She's supposed to be my ride or die.
Hmm.
So, in my perspective, and apparently I've been told that I'm wrong in this perspective.
Oh.
In my perspective, and I'm my mom's only child.
Hmm.
I'm my mom's boy. I ain't got no problem admitting that because she was the only one that raised me throughout my entire life.
I hear you.
But my woman is supposed to be my partner. She's supposed to be my
Hmm.
side. She's always supposed to be by my side.
Okay.
So me personally,
Hmm.
I will put my lady in the front seat.
I didn't see that coming. I'll be
I
honest.
would put my lady in the front seat, and my mom would just have to respect it because at the same time, she would ideally would want her husband to do the same thing.
Gotcha. Well, okay.
I think at least I don't know.
Again, I didn't expect that, but two, I love that you said that because it goes against everything that I'm going to say, which is perfect for this fucking podcast.
I guess again, like I said, apparently I'm wrong for this, so
Yeah.
I had a
So
wrong perspective on
ain't no
this.
right or wrong. It depends on how I guess what you look at as what's important. So again, most people look at this scenario and the first thing they think is, well, you're supposed to love your wife more. That's who you're gonna be with. That's who you bear kids with. Da da da. And she needs to be in the front. It's not a love thing. It's not about who's more important. To me, it's a respect and an elder thing. Just like
That's a good point. That's a
just
good
like
point.
letting a elder gentleman do something first, letting the women go first in a scenario, whatever. It's the same thing. The elder, which is my mother, I would hope, you know what I mean, that I'll marry a woman older than my mother. But the elder is going to get the front seat, and if she volunteers to go to the back seat, then wife gets up front. And I only say that because this is an experience I've had. It's never been an issue as far as anyone fighting over the front seat, but my mom would just no, you sit in the front, you sit in the front, and she would go into the back. I would always offer and then re-offer, hey mom, you sure you go in the front? It's for
That's a
you.
good point.
And she would be like, no, I'm fine back here, and she'll make some excuse of why she prefers to be in the back anyway, type shit. And then my wife would be up front or whatever. So yes, it's more of a respect thing. Elders come first before the youngers, and that's what that's about. So not knocking your decision, but that would be why I
No,
would say my mother would always come before that.
that's a
You know
fair
what I mean?
point.
I'm not a mother's boy. Anyone knows me. You know what I mean? I kind of steered away from my parents at a very young age. Fresh out of high school, I was gone, never looked back. Love my mother to death, my father as well. But yes, that's just how I look at it. So,
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair
hmm
point. Elder's perspective
hmm
is something that I honestly didn't look at, but
yeah,
I see your point. I understand your point. And I respect that point. Yeah, I don't really have nothing to say against that. So I can't really. I don't
I
know.
feel you. I
As
mean,
an argument, I think it's a personal decision, a personal choice.
yes,
Luckily, I think that my mother wouldn't really have a problem with it
yeah,
because usually she like riding in the back seat
yeah. I was
anyway.
gonna say she would probably volunteer.
My mama like riding in
She
the
would
back seat
probably,
anyway. If I'm driving with just her,
yeah.
she usually gonna probably go sit in the back. I'm like, no, I'm not your chauffeur,
Exactly.
nigga.
I can see your mom doing that. Shout out to your mom. Cool as
For
hell.
real, man.
Yeah. So you wanna take this opportunity to try something different on this?
All right, guys. All right, tune in, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to try a little something different here. So we're gonna go see if we can reach out to a couple of
Mhm.
other individuals. I mean, this is the locker room banter.
Podcast show where the ladies are always welcome.
So
So,
let's see it. We got two males here on the perspective that I think uh, is not just a man thing. It's not a man thought. This is a thought that we need to have other
mhm,
women in here, other people in here on.
facts.
So we're gonna see if we can try to get some people on the line. So bear with us and see if we can get somebody on the line for us. Hold on one
All
sec, please.
right. Let's see. So, you want to call yours first?
Hello, Miss Buford. Can you hear us?
I can. What's going on?
Hola.
SP.
Buenos noches. How art thou?
What it do?
I am good.
You are here with the Locker Room Banner Podcast
Oh
Show.
Lord, am I live?
As live as it's gonna get.
You are
Oh, y'all
live.
ain't nuts. Oh,
You
look at
are
y'all.
live as we gonna get right now. As live as
Exactly.
we gonna get right now.
Let me turn off my
Exactly.
video.
You
Go
don't
ahead.
worry. Your video ain't gonna be on anyway.
That's
Okay,
fine. That's fine.
good.
Nah.
So we wanted to give you a call real quick, and you might have a partner join in a second. Uh, to kind of piggyback off it. But Anwar, you want to explain this scenario for?
Are we ready? We're not gonna. You want this to be raw?
Go
Straight
ahead, raw.
record?
It's about to be raw as possible.
Are we
Oh
running?
Lord,
Raw as possible. We live. We're live.
I'm
I'm
asking.
listening.
Are we running?
Go
All
ahead.
right. So the question right now, you may have seen the video going around right now about the young lady and the guy, and she was debating with the mother that the mother needs to be put in the back seat and she needs to be riding shotgun. So, question to you, um, how do you feel about a man saying that his mother rides in the front before you, or do you feel that that is the proper protocol? I guess.
Well, the question is, when you say man, are we talking about my boyfriend, my fiance, or my husband?
See,
Okay, so that makes it even more,
yeah,
more. Let's go ahead and let's put it in a scenario if it's your boyfriend first.
okay,
Okay. So we're out somewhere, and he says, "Hey, get in the back seat so my mama can ride shotgun."
maybe that's how he says it, but
Yep.
yeah, that's the scenario you pick. You can come out with, and sure, let's just say that's the scenario.
Mm.
What
Um,
does Tony say when boyfriend
because the
said
mama
boyfriend
is
does
there
that?
at the time, I may go ahead and get in the back seat
Hmm.
for the moment, but we're gonna have a conversation
At the
about it
moment.
later. And it also depends on what stage you in as a boyfriend, because a lot of men ain't letting you meet their mama right away.
Mm.
Well,
You
this
know,
is a
so
scenario y'all been together a while. Let's put it that way.
we've been together a while.
Hmm.
Ooh, this tough because I don't think my boo would do that to me.
Mm.
But I think you go ahead for the moment. You don't cause a scene. For that moment, you go ahead and get in
Hmm.
the back, and then there needs to be a conversation that had to be had, because you know there was actually something on Shade Room earlier today where somebody was like, "Why children parent and then whatever," and people was like, "Well, you do whatever scenario works for you." I'm still very spiritual, where I believe that wife gonna always come first, and
Hmm.
then everybody else falls in line. So that's still my old school philosophy. So eventually, if you all are getting serious into that point, it's gonna have to be
Hmm.
some leaving and cleaving. So,
Yeah.
um, so at that point, there needs to be a conversation to be had about that.
So you'll respect the situation, but the conversation is going to be had
Mm.
later.
Absolutely,
If it
absolutely.
was the husband,
Hmm. Now he's husband. He's not boyfriend. He's not said man. He's husband now.
See, that's different, and it also depends on the relationship with the mama, because
Hmm.
I'm country, and I'm
hmm
from Alabama, so I'm going to naturally be like, "Hey, mama, you want to get in the front?"
Hmm.
hmm
I'm gonna offer that to mama. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? And then if she don't want to get in the front, she go in the back, then we go from there.
Yeah.
So to me, it's also the relationship that you have.
hmm
Because I have manners, I'm gonna offer the front seat to her, not necessarily because that's his mama, but because she's an older woman.
Gotcha.
Mm.
That's an interesting. That's a good
So
perspective. That's a good perspective.
last scenario.
I was about to ask. I think you. I think me and you on the same. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Eh, last scenario is okay. We get everything you just said, but now on this scenario, husband and Tony pull up to get mom. We taking her to the store, whatever. Hey, Tony, go ahead and get in the back. Mama getting coming in the front now. Well, what?
I'm, I'm, I'm not tripping, because I feel
Yeah.
like at that point,
That's
that's
not.
my
That's not.
husband,
Yeah.
Oh,
and we've had this conversation about it's his mama.
well,
Like, I mean,
we
it's the
didn't have the
same thing if it's
conversation.
my mama.
We didn't have the conversation. This just
Oh, we
happened.
didn't have the
We never talked about
conversation.
this. This may be first time
That
that
the
we all
scenario
ride,
happened.
and then you just just this is how it came. It's how it played out. Hey, Tony,
But see, I'm sarcastic, so I've been to say something like, "Oh, mama, get in the front now. You put me in the back, babe." Like, I would say
Yeah,
something
I hear you. I hear you. Yes,
sarcastically,
you would. SP. Yes, you
and then
would.
I would go ahead and get my little self in the bag this time. And then when mama go in the store, I'm like, "Oh, so that's what we doing now?"
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Well.
So I ain't gonna lie, it would be like that. But I'm sarcastic, where I would probably say something in front of mama, like,
Yeah.
"Okay, mama, go and get in the front now, girl."
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
That's
So.
me. But I know everybody's not me.
All right.
But I'm
So
very vocal.
Tony.
So
All right. So I thought Anwar was gonna get to my question, but he didn't. So
Okay.
you don't have a son, but being that you are a parent,
Mhm.
if your son is out with his girlfriend, y'all out or whatever, and him and his girlfriend pull up to the house and y'all about to go to the store,
Mm.
if the son told you as the mother, "Mom, get to the back seat so my girlfriend."
oh, not for no little girlfriend. What you think this little girl is? Nah, no.
Oh, now the tables are turned, so now we got a whole different response. Oh,
Absolutely
okay.
not. But again, I think when we're talking about relationship, we're talking about what type of relationship y'all have,
Mhm.
you and the boyfriend, you and the husband, you and the fiance, and what type of relationship you have with the mama.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
I think that all plays a part.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
like a little teenager, little son,
Mhm.
16, boy, you better go on somewhere before I
Yeah.
knock you out.
And I actually agree with that totally. Yeah.
I appreciate you, Tony, man. But I just wanted to get your quick perspective on that,
Mhm.
and I wanted to make sure I said your name correctly. I know I said Buford earlier, but is it Tony? What's the name, Tony? Do you want to make sure you clear it up for
My
everybody?
maiden name is I'm still going by Dickerson.
Okay,
Okay.
so Tony Dickerson. Do you want to
Yeah.
give a shout out to your social media or nah? You can give a shout out to your business. Go ahead and give us that shout out real quick.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I'm a travel agent. I have my own travel business, TB Travel Experience LLC. I have a page on Facebook.
Hmm.
You know, this pandemic is crazy, so I don't have a lot of clients right now with travel, but traveling hopefully will pick up in 2021. So y'all check me out.
Hmm.
All right, we appreciate you, Tony, man. Thank you for stopping through.
No
We,
problem. Appreciate y'all anytime.
all right,
All
we'll
right.
all at you later.
All right.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bianca J. Bianca J. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Can you? We can barely hear you. You sound a little low to us.
Hello? You there?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Okay.
hear you. We hear you now. We hear you now. Thank you, Bianca J. Welcome to the Locker Room Banter Podcast Show.
Where the ladies are always welcome, as you can see.
So we had to get your opinion on him, man. You have been a long time listener, good one of our good friends,
Hmm.
and you always give some great perspective on things, man. So we have a scenario that we wanted to ask our lady listeners real quick and get a woman's perspective on things.
Gotcha.
So Anwar, can you break it down to Bianca J?
Sure. So obviously we're doing something different. I think Bianca, you've been on the show before, but this time we wanted to just kind of randomly ask the question so we can see what your take is. Something that kind of came about today in discussion, and we said, you know what, we're gonna add that on the show. So scenario is, well, question is rather, when
Scenario first.
scenario.
Yeah.
Okay, let's paint the scenario. Scenario is Bianca and boyfriend. Let's start with boyfriend. Are pulling up to go pick up mama, his mama rather, and boyfriend's like, "Hey Bianca, go ahead and get in the back. Mama's here." Is this appropriate? Is this how it's supposed to go? Do you feel disrespected? Does a conversation need to be had?
Have
What
you
is
saw
the
Have you saw that viral clip? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, go ahead.
so? In other words, the question is, who rides in the front? Does mama ride in the front, or does woman ride in the front?
Or do you feel some type of way that your man chose for the mother to sit in the front and you sit in the back?
Okay, so I would definitely say that it depends on how long we've been together.
Hmm.
Um, the person that I am, I probably would get out
Mm-hmm.
automatically. Like, just out of respect, I wouldn't even allow that to be a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Like, if she's walking up to the door, then I'm just gonna get out and
Yeah.
try to get in the back. Um, I've had that situation actually happen before, and then mama was like, "What are you doing? Like, stay up
Yeah.
front." And then there was no issue and nothing needed to be said from that point. But I would say if it's something pretty new
Mm-hmm.
and mom is coming and I'm trying to get in there, I'm
Mm-hmm.
still gonna let her ride in the front.
Gotcha.
Like,
Gotcha.
you got it.
Is
I'm
that
sitting my butt right in the back.
is that a regardless of the situation, husband, boyfriend? Does it matter?
Yeah, it does matter with boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
My husband
Now we're husband.
might be
Okay.
a little might be a little bit different. Again, just being who I am, I would allow for her to make that decision and not put it in his control,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that that is when there'll be a problem between us.
Hmm.
So I would try to get out and then let her say, "No,
Mm-hmm.
you're good," or say, "Okay, thank you."
Mm-hmm.
And if she says, "Okay, thank you," then fine. That's the kind of lady she is. She wants to be in the front. I
Mm-hmm.
have no problem because I'm not about to start any problems in my house.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So in other words, there's no scenario where it's a problem for mother to ride in the front versus you, whether it's boyfriend, whether it's fiance, whether it's you being the wife. There's no scenario where this is a problem that you're riding in the back seat.
There's no expectations from your boyfriend. You're just gonna automatically do it out of respect.
I
Uh,
mean, I'm going to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that he should be like, "Hey, yo, get in the back." Like, that's when there's a problem.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh
if
huh.
you don't say anything and it's on me to
Mm-hmm.
revere your mom in that
Yeah.
way, then I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're sitting in there and you're like, "All right, I'm about to go pick up my mom, you better get in the back,"
Mm-hmm.
who the hell you talking to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're not
Gotcha.
telling me nothing. Like, how about I'm gonna get an Uber and y'all can go about your merry way? Like, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like, let me do it. Don't tell me what I'm about to do, whether
Yeah.
you're my boyfriend or my husband or anything. Like, respect me enough to respect her, you know?
Gotcha.
gotcha,
Because
gotcha.
in the viral clip, I mean, just again to give that rundown, it was an issue. So in other words, the woman, whether it was girlfriend or wife, she was very upset that mom was in the front and would not get in the back. But she was pressing for mom to get in the back. Mom was like, "No, I'm riding in the front." But paying attention to the video, you can tell there was issues in the past between mom and girlfriend. Therefore, this was just another one of those things that we're gonna get. Here we go again, fighting about something type situation.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
we said, you know what, we're gonna take this opportunity to find out what some of our listeners are thinking, because me and Watts had two totally different responses as well, which was kind of perfect for this topic.
Yeah, man. So we ain't gonna give you the rundown on our answers.
I
You
was
just
about to
have to
say,
tune in. You'll
I
have to
can't
tune
wait
in
to
to
hear
listen.
it.
Oh, you'll hear it soon enough. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Cannot
it.
wait to hear this.
Well, we'll
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you joining.
Especially since you married.
Oh yeah, exactly right. So you got to figure out who said what, and just you'll hear, because I know you'll listen in. So
We'll
Yeah, for
appreciate you,
sure.
Bianca. We'll appreciate you. Do you want to give a rundown of your social medias? Are you good? Any businesses that you got going on or anything?
No, I'm okay, thanks.
All right. Well, we'll appreciate you, Bianca J.
thanks again.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All
Bye,
right.
Okay.
y'all.
Bye.
Hey, some.
Maya.
Hi,
Hi, five
Yo yo
three.
yo yo.
How art
What's up? What's
thou?
up?
I'm outstanding. How are you?
I am great with this glamorous picture that you got over here on your Zoom. I see you though, dog. I see
Let me see what Maya talking about. Hold on.
you
Say something, Maya, so I can see your picture. Hold on.
You can scroll also, sir.
It's
Thank
all
you,
right.
Maya.
I
Maya,
guess.
thank you. We appreciate you joining and welcome to the Locker Room Banter Podcast Show.
Where the ladies are always welcome, as you can see that.
So we wanted to reach out to you, man. We had a couple of different perspectives that we was trying to get,
Mm-hmm.
some of our listeners, and being that you're such a faithful listener and one of my
Yes.
favorite listeners, being that we go back so long, back to your hack and Shack days when you were playing basketball and stuff.
Anyways,
We had a scenario and a question that we wanted to ask you. So I'm gonna let Anwar go ahead and paint the picture.
All right. So me and Watts were kind of like talking about a viral clip we seen earlier. Long story short, in the scenario, there was a gentleman riding with his mother, and I guess they were going to pick up his woman. Not sure if it was his wife or it's just his woman.
There was this girl, him and his girl went to go pick up his mother.
Okay, went to go pick up his mother.
Yeah, they went to go pick up his mother. I don't know if you've seen this clip, and if you haven't seen this clip, uh, the two couple went to go pick up this girl, go pick up his mother, and the girl, there was a girl's car as well, apparently. So him and his girl are driving to go pick up the mother, and the mother is getting in the car, but the mother jumped in the front seat. Go from there.
Okay, so yeah, mom jumps in the front seat, and the young lady's wondering why the hell, mom's in the front seat. So she's like, "Mom, are you not gonna get in the back? Because I'm trying to get in the front." And it was a big issue. So the question that we got out of that was, who rides shotgun out of mom or woman? And you being a woman, you being a daughter, you know what I'm saying? And what do you take from that? What how do you answer that question?
Would you expect for your man to have you in the front seat, or do you expect for the mother to be in the front seat?
the mom to be in the front seat.
Okay,
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 so that sounded like an easy one.
Absolutely.
And it
Show deference to elders.
mm,
Period.
preach.
okay, okay. And do you have a perspective? Is there a different perspective for a boyfriend and a husband?
No.
Okay, well,
Unless the mom is like, I'll sit in the back, I definitely think that who the person who's not driving, the
Hmm.
partner that's not driving should sit in the back, even if it was the other way around. Absolutely.
Okay.
gotcha. Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so I'll even give you one more scenario. So far, it sounds like your mind is set. Mom's just riding in the front. She's riding in the front. So in this scenario, say husband and Maya are going to pick up mom. They get to mom's house. Hey, Maya, get in the back. My mom about to come out. That even if it said something like that, does that not have to be a conversation later, or is it just, oh, okay, and Maya's in the back now?
Um, I would hope that someone wouldn't tell me. They would know that I would have enough respect for their parents to
Okay.
allow them to be in the front. So I would hope that a person that I was dating would not, or married to
Hmm.
especially, would not um say to me, get in the back. Like,
Gotcha.
you should know
Gotcha.
me
Yeah.
and know how I would respond in a situation like that. So I mean, I'm not really comfortable with somebody saying like, hey, get in the back, but it's not like a big deal. No,
Yeah.
there doesn't need to be a conversation later, but I would be like, duh.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And that's it.
definitely appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and I love this because we've had two others.
Yeah, we had two
We
others.
had two others,
Outside of
and it's been
yours.
two other responses. All made perfect sense. So that's why we're having this call. So we're like, you know what? Let's try something different this time, and just call some of our listeners who, in this situation, how would they respond? and we've gotten three different answers, and I'm loving that. So, also, it came to discussion because me and Watts answered the question ourselves, which you'll just have to listen to the episode to find out how that went. But me and Watts had two different responses too, which I thought was very interesting, being that we're very similar.
Anyways, we appreciate you joining, Maya. As always, man, we definitely want to get you on to the playoff episode that we're going to be having coming up because I know you have
Yes.
a lot to say, not only with the NBA, but also with all the greatness that's going on in the WNBA right now. So,
Yeah, sure. Keep me posted. Glad to see you guys are back in my iTunes, my Apple
Oh
playlist.
yeah, yeah. This time we here, man. I'm sorry. Sorry for leaving y'all hanging. We won't blame everything on COVID. I mean, a lot of things happen. When you listen to the episode, you'll know what those things were. But yeah, we're here, man. So thank you so much for still listening, not counting us out. Like for real, for real. You know, me and you, we cool. You and Watts cool, and this is real love. So we do appreciate that, Maya.
and
Sure thing.
did you want to give a shout out to your social media? Are you good for right now? Or anything in the businesses that
No,
you have
I'm
going on?
good. It's all about you guys. Thank
All right, we
you.
appreciate you, Maya, as always.
All right.
All right,
Bye.
All right.
bye.
Yeah, so definitely, definitely, thank you, ladies, so much for joining us. I mean, that topic right there was a touchy one for some, but I thought it was worth having those calls.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
And shout out to those faithful listeners. So the reason why we chose those young ladies is not because they were random, but they really do listen to our show. And I mean, anyone that follows podcasts or anyone that does podcasting also knows how important it is to have people that really just look to see you post something and ready to hear what you got to say. So shout out to Maya, shout out to Tony, shout out to Bianca. Much love. I mean, and shout out to black women because I know they're doing this little challenge thing going on, which is a nice segue to our next subject. But shout out to y'all for everything you guys are doing. For one, supporting us, and for just being awesome black women.
So you got to explain that to me because I don't really know. I seen it. I see the black and white pictures and all that stuff. I think I know what it's about, but I'm not 100% sure. So
Gotcha. It's
let me. This is something that Anwar knows, which is very
something everyone
rare.
knows is rare.
Which is very rare.
Well, I mean, I don't know everything on it, but I did do just a quick second of research to find out what it was. So, what we're talking about is those challenge acceptance that a lot of women are posting their black and white pictures for. So, as you just go on Instagram, you'll see a lot of black and white, some gorgeous women, or not gorgeous women, not just playing. But anyway, posting, some nice pictures with their black and white, just saying challenge accepted. Most of them honestly don't have any caption, any context to let you know what it's about. So I was wondering what it was about. Even some of my friends, homeboys, joked about it. Like, hey, I'm waiting for my challenge still. Either they was being funny or they just didn't know that it
I
wasn't
did. I
for.
did. I did see some niggas
That's
that
what
was
I'm talking
challenged
about.
themselves. I ain't, no, they challenged
They
themselves. I
challenge
know nobody
themselves.
challenged them. But.
That's hilarious. But I was wondering what was going on with that, and I was like, you know what? Let me just look it up. So what I found out was it's not even something that started here in the states. It actually started over in Turkey,
Okay.
Istanbul to be exact, and it was pretty much women posting their black and white pictures to give solidarity to all the women that were being murdered over there. So
Mm,
obviously, right now there are a lot of Turkish women being murdered, and it's pretty much getting swept under the rug.
okay.
So, and police are pretty much allowing it in a sense to the point where they're not getting in trouble for it. I don't know if it's just like a very sexist country or
Yeah, it is.
So I'm guessing that's what it is. So in other words, women getting killed over there, and it's not being a problem at all.
Okay.
So women are feeling very threatened. I'm hearing 7 to 10 are dying every week from just being killed, murdered, like just blatant murder. So I'm like, that's pretty deep. You know what I mean? So it started with pretty much them like challenge accepted, just like showing love to everyone that's doing something in their lives, all their women that are out there, saying that they could actually be the next black and white picture. So the black and white picture represents, the black and white newspaper article, a black and white picture of such and such murder today, that kind of situation. So leave it to United States, leave it to some of our women to take that opportunity to, more or less put a glamorous picture up, but it's a little deeper than that. And I kind of do challenge.
That's actually big. That's actually deep.
Yeah, I do challenge some of our women who do accept this challenge to just go a step further and to research what the challenge is, and even if you put a twist on it and give your black women a shout out for their things, because I think that's what we're trying to do. Like, hey, shout out to our African American sisters here in the states who are doing big things in their lives, because I know black women are being targeted as well and underappreciated
Yeah.
for all they're doing. So that's why I said shout out to Maya, shout out to Tony, shout out to Bianca for all they're doing in their lives, and just for being strong black women, because you know everyone can't say that. Every woman that's out there isn't a strong woman. So
Yeah. To your point, I think a lot of people don't even know that that was the purpose of the challenge. I think a lot of
yeah,
people just saw opportunity,
yeah.
and this is probably me trying to make a joke out of some shit. So
Here
you
you go.
apologize because I ain't shit. But this, I think a lot of people just took the opportunity. Oh, this is the point. This is the time for me to post a picture of myself.
Yeah.
I know some people that was getting challenged that didn't necessarily even get challenged. That just
Yeah.
started posting that picture just
Yeah.
because they saw a challenge accepted.
Yep. Me too.
But the fact that you've researched that and it has
Yeah.
such a deeper meaning,
Yeah.
I do think that it may have that meaning got lost in
Mhm.
translation as it circulated throughout the world.
Yeah.
Because I know it's from the perspective that I saw it, it looked like it
Mm.
was more so of an injustice to women,
Mm.
and trying to make. I mean, but overall, the overall message was, seems to be women empowerment.
Yes.
But it seems like the ones that I saw initially were just showing the injustice to all the women who've been murdered, from Sandra Bland to Vanessa Gillian, I believe that's the name of the soldier who got
Mm.
murdered
Uh-huh.
when she was in camp. Also to Breonna Taylor. I mean,
Yeah.
so I saw a lot of that
Mhm.
in the U.S. I didn't even know about the Turkish background. I don't think a lot of people know about it. So
Yeah.
I want to applaud you for knowing something.
Hey
I want
man,
to give you your
every
graces. I
now
want
and
to give you
then.
your flowers that you know a little bit right here. You know what I mean? And for educating not only myself, but educating our listeners, because I don't think a lot of people even knew
Yeah.
about the Turkish background of that.
It was pretty deep. And again, I'm sorry if I missed any major points in that for any Turkish followers. I know it's a little deeper than what I've even said, but I mean, hey, shout out to you all. You know what I mean? And hopefully, the challenges that are accepted aren't an offense to what's trying to be accomplished over there. And I hope that again, some of the people that do accept challenges just do that little research and give a little homage to where it started.
Yeah, definitely, 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 man. So shout out to you, women. I
Hmm.
know again to the Megan Thee Stallion point, where a
Hmm.
lot of people say that the African American woman is the most. And I even seen this meme going around where it says black women, um, where it's like a black woman drowning with her hand, not a black woman, I don't, but it's a woman drowning
Hmm.
with her hand in the water, and it said black women, social justice. Actually, let me look at this meme real quick because I don't want to
He's
interpret
fucking
it
it
wrong.
up.
I
Sounds
don't
like
even
he's
want to
butchering
interpret it
it.
wrong, but it was definitely mean a deeper meaning behind it, and I
Hmm.
want to give thanks. Let the women know that we do appreciate y'all. So it's a hand with a hand out of the water
Hmm.
where this person is drowning.
Mm.
In the first corner, it says black women dealing with trauma and suffering.
Mm.
Then it has another hand in the second corner, in the left corner, where a hand is reaching down like it's about to save her,
Hmm.
and it says society, and that on that hand. The hand is looking like it's about to come save her, but it's not necessarily saving
Mm.
her. It's saying you're so strong and high fiving her
Oh
as
my
she
goodness.
drowns. So I just want to let the black women know again. I said this last episode. We appreciate y'all. I know my brother here. He appreciates y'all, and I know all. We
Facts.
have a good amount of listeners of black men. Not even just black men, of men in general that do appreciate y'all, and I
Oh
want to
yeah.
let y'all know that y'all are appreciated. We respect y'all, and just as much as y'all have our back, we have y'all back as much as possible. So
Yeah, perfect time to shout out my wife. Shout out the wife, Monique. Shout out for having my back for all these
yeah,
years.
man. Shout out my wife, wherever you at.
Shout out to a unicorn.
My unicorn.
Shout out to a unicorn, wherever the fuck she
I just ain't find you yet, but I'm one day.
That's
Oh,
fucking
fingers crossed.
hilarious. Anyway,
Fingers
and yeah, we'll segue off of that. I mean, that was pretty much some of the shits we was talking about, some things going on here, hot topics as we call it right now, and I guess we can get on to
Go ahead and not transverse. I guess transition over to music a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's in the new music that dropped. I mean, normally we would have went through a couple different albums. Actually,
yeah.
let's go through a couple different albums that dropped previously.
Okay.
Since we've been gone, that we haven't really even been able to talk about a couple different songs. I know Drake's been on like this run of just dropping singles
Yeah.
throughout the past couple of months, weeks actually.
Yeah.
But did you have any? Did you listen to his last two singles?
Yeah. Pop star in Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I listened to Pop Star in Greece. I mean, the world has, so which means, of course, the question is, what's up with the flow on both shit? What's up with the flow change pretty much altogether? And do you like it? Do you love it? Is it doing too much? Blah 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 blah. Long story short, I mean it's Drake, so I think he's at the point in his life where whatever he puts out, motherfuckers gonna be like that shit was hard. You know what I'm saying? He's our Jay Z right now.
You ain't giving your perspective, nigga.
I am. I mean I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So with the Grease joint, it was slow, but I did like it. I waited for some pickup in it, just some depth to it. It was pretty much just kind of dry, but it was Drake.
Hmm.
Pop star dope. I'm sorry, nigga had bars for days. That third fucking stanza shit. Sheesh. I mean, that man said so much shit, and every time I listen to it, it's like, motherfuckers, y'all, all y'all hearing is the beat. That nigga said a lot.
Yeah.
He was barring that shit up. I actually made a Snapchat rant talking about that shit, and it was just fire. So
I mean, this is me talking about the Grease one. I've listened to him. I think I listened to the Grease one maybe like once or twice, and it snaps
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. But like you said, that sound, the auto tune, it should sound like to me. I didn't really
Yeah, I
vibe
feel
to
you.
it, and
I
I
feel you.
think a lot of people have a problem with a lot of the different songs that he's dropping because it seems like he's a culture
Culture
vulture
vulture,
or
and again, yeah, yeah,
stealing another style from somebody else. And I mean all that
yeah,
stuff with that one and the pop star and
yeah.
all that stuff. But I think out of the two, I think the pop star one is the one I kind of like the most
Me too.
as
Me
well.
too.
So, but I really, to be honest with you, they both trash.
I think Popstar the best because I think the bars were dope. I mean, some shit he said to me was deeper than people probably thought. I mean, I get to the bar, I'm talking about, which is the one when he don't have me fucking up his bar. Sorry, Drizzy. I know you listen or not, but the joint when he was like, you can't pretty much get on his level unless you got a Bieber face, and it was just like that said a lot. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers ain't doing what Drake do unless
That's real.
you know what I'm saying. Unless you a white boy.
That's
Sorry,
real.
it's just the facts.
That's real. That's real. But I do want to say, out of the singles, because he did drop a lot of different things. He even dropped the what's the name of this EP that he had dropped? The Dark Lane demo tapes. He
Eh,
even dropped a couple of those, which it was
eh.
all right. But I do want to sit here and say that that goddamn Chicago freestyle, that shit was hard in my
I need
opinion.
to hear a second of
That
that
shit was
because
hard.
I've probably listened once to that whole thing, if that.
It was the one was well, he just basically just spitting.
Who on there? Anybody on there?
Nah, I mean, it's the singer's name is Givian. I thought it was Sampa at first, but nah, the singer name is Givian.
Okay. Well, shit. Shout out to Drake because he's still he's still running this thing, quote unquote. You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all listeners, let us know what y'all think.
Just bitten, bro. He just, I mean, yeah, he's in his feelings about it, but I thought that shit was hard, man. So
Wow.
that's my thoughts on that one.
Okay. Okay. Well, good way to start off the music because obviously Drizzy is still running this whole thing.
Yeah, man. And one of the albums that I know that you have in constant rotation and I've had in constant rotation that dropped, one of the major albums that dropped over this winter, summer, over this spring, summer, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because we really haven't had a
Yeah.
summer, is Pop Smoke.
Yes. 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 So
Pop Smoke, Shoot for the Stars. Produced,
yeah.
I don't know if it was produced by 50 Cent, but 50 Cent had something to do with it. But shit hard.
She want to.
Shit hard, bro. Shit hard.
Yeah, shout out to Pop. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. rather than Pop is what I meant to say because this is one of those situations. I'm gonna ask this question and I hope no one gets offended by it. But is Pop Smoke's music that much more popular because he's no longer with us, or was Pop Smoke already emerging to be what I'm saying, a top artist?
Nah, I think Pop was on his way, man.
Okay, and I actually have to go with that because usually I would say okay like Juice and then well no Juice had good music too. Let me not do that. Pop was growing on me, and I'll be honest. Quam, shout out to you. He was on our last episode. He's the one that was put me on Pop a little bit.
That's a lie.
You
I
didn't put
told
me
you
on
this.
Pop.
Go back and listen to our episode, bro. We told about Pop. Bro. Matter of fact, me and fucking Dre had told your ass about Pop
Y'all never
Smoke, bro.
talked about Pop
No, it
Smoke.
wasn't even. It wasn't
He
Dre.
wasn't
It was,
even around back then.
it wasn't even Dre. It was Flo. It was me and Flo had told you about Pop Smoke. Go back and listen to our episodes. You only,
Oh my goodness.
this is a terrible host.
They never listened to Pop
because we
before
talked
a
about it
couple
on
months ago.
episode.
He about to make it.
No, man, it was on the latest episode that we talked about in February. February 17th was our latest episode when we gave a shout out to Mambo. We gave a shout out to Pop Smoke as well. Because a couple weeks later, that's when Pop Smoke had died, like the weekend after,
In
after that
February?
episode in February, bro.
Okay.
On February 19th to be exact.
If this is true,
You ain't shit, bro.
this is
Listen to your own
true. My
podcast.
apologies, but
Flo, man, holla at your boy, man.
when it maybe okay. Listen, how about this? No offense to Pop or his music, but I wasn't on him at all back then. So therefore, the name probably went in one ear and out the other.
As
You
they
know,
always do.
you know how it is with me. When y'all talk about people like Trouble, I just heard about Trouble when he dropped a single, and y'all been talking about the dude.
Yeah, we
But
been talking
I
about
didn't
it.
know if I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But Pop's of course emerging. You can't turn on any station without hearing one of his last songs from his album. So, but the album's dope.
Do you have a favorite song on that one?
Shit. Yeah, I have to see the playlist. I think it. I mean, that one, that single that just dropped, of course, was definitely in the top. The Woo joint with 50. That shit was
Still,
kind of.
this one still go hard as old, but this shit still go hard as goddamn Dior.
Oh yeah. Quick story for this song. So go ahead and give them about a few seconds of playtime so they can hear it.
Then go ahead and tell the story because we got
Okay.
people out here.
So
listening
yeah.
who can't.
So with this song, it's funny. I was in Tallahassee a few weeks ago. The song, mind you, is still fairly old. It was old even a few weeks ago. So I'm in Lindy's. Shout out to Lindy's.
Hot
Lindy's
wings.
Chicken. So this is a young lady. She wasn't even that young. She had to been in her mid 40s. She was all quiet, chilling back there taking my order, and she was in good spirits, but nothing crazy. When I tell you, she had her phone playing. This song came on. You would have thought we were at Magic City. She said, "Forget the customers, forget me being at work. I'm gonna drop this thing." And this song came on. She was rapping it like a young girl. No offense to her age. Again, she was in her mid 40s. I'm talking about she turning around, throwing it, all kind of stuff. I'm looking at her like, do you not know I'm right here still, ready to get my damn chicken? She didn't give a damn about none of that. She had to let everybody know this was her damn song.
Yeah.
So shout out to this song and shout out to that young lady at Lindy's Chicken, Tallahassee, Florida, South Orange Ave.
Another song that I think was kind of dope, low key. I don't know if a lot of people listening to it like that, but the song Diana with King Combs, that shit kind of go hard too though.
I probably it didn't stand.
King Combs came on the bitch rapping straight like Diddy though.
Yeah.
Cause I could have sworn it was Diddy on the song. I had to look and see who it was, bro.
Yeah.
But this shit kind of go hard though.
Okay.
Anyways, let's see what's other songs, what other music we have out here.
Yeah, but once again, R.I.P. Pop. You know what I mean? I do agree with that point you said that he was definitely on the emerging tip. Yeah, he was coming out.
There has also been a lot of West Side Gun and a lot of that whole crew. I can't remember the name of the crew right now. My mind is kind of drawing a blank.
Dre would be so upset that you forgot the name of that crew.
You don't even know who.
You're right, but I mean,
But them
Dre
niggas has been
fuck with
dropping
them
music
hard.
like every other weekend. I can't keep up with it, man.
It's on the
so
tip of my tongue, but I forget the name of the squad too. But yeah, shout out to them.
I actually think that you know somebody that actually date West Side Gun, but that's another topic for another day. That's
So
another
more
day.
music. That's yeah. Shout out to the homie. No names needed, but yeah.
Yeah, man. Also, the City Girls, they dropped the Love Fire little album. I can't even front on them, man. So, if you're a listener, I'm pretty sure anyone who's in Florida right now, they probably got the City Girls.
Yeah,
And
that's funny.
in rotation right now. So please go ahead and check them out.
Yeah, and City Girls, y'all down a point after that whole car bomb incident.
Oh shit!
Y'all
Oh.
are definitely down for the month of July, even though the month's pretty much over. After old girl got her face blown to smithereens, you guys lost a lot of points on
And the
that
name of the crew with West Side Gun is Griselda. That's
Griselda,
what Benny
yeah.
the Butcher and Conway and them. So shout out to them, man, because they've been dropping music like it's no limit 1999.
Yeah.
Man. They've been doing a lot of major things, man. But I guess you have any other music you want to talk about? Any other albums or anything that you heard? Any other music, singles?
No, actually, nothing that's been jumping out. I know I'm gonna regret it later, but one thing I'm looking forward to. I mean, I am looking forward to the completion of the Khaled album to see what else we got going on there.
I'm actually not looking forward to Cali albums
I
anymore.
know they. See, I know you're not a big fan of them because I guess
Nah.
you probably don't put no respect on Khaled.
I do put respect on Khaled, but at the same time, I think he's just playing for the single now. When he first came out, he was making music for the culture, but now I think he's just trying to get the radio
I mean,
rotation
you
now.
right. 18 single type songs, you know what I mean? But I already know they're gonna be fire for the most part, because he does take top artists and put some nice collabs together. So again, I'm looking forward to that. I need some workout music. Too.
Another hard one that you workout music, man. Shout out to Dante, man. T Grizzly, smartest, bro. Go listen to that. That'll get your workout. That'll get your workout done quick and easy, bro.
That's a bet.
That'll get your workout done quick and easy.
Yeah, I mean, I gave Grizzly a run when Dante talked highly of him. I mean, everyone been talking Grizzly for a while. I haven't heard about him in a while, but yeah, he actually pretty dope. So yeah, we'll give that album a run definitely.
Yeah, man.
I'm
All
trying to
right.
think. No, I don't know anything else that's dropping or has dropped. I
Anything
did.
that anything that you're looking forward to? I mean, I know last week we opened up the episode with J. Cole music.
Mm,
He had the two singles that he dropped, "The Climb Back" and "Lion King" on Ice.
okay.
I think both of them are fire personally.
Okay.
And yeah, they both of them joints were fire.
Yeah, I mean, if that, I'm pretty sure I know the songs, but again, maybe not by title because they've been playing them all on XM, the main station on XM, and they go hard.
That means Anwar doesn't know shit. That's what that
This
means,
is
basically.
true, my friend. This is true. No, looking forward to no. Of course, you know me. If you leave to me, I'm gonna say the same names. I'm looking
Ain't
forward
no
to.
Lil Wayne, bro.
I'm looking forward to Lil
Ain't no
Wayne to do
Usher.
something. Is he gonna feature on something? Hey, if Breezy supposed to be dropping his Breezy album, so whenever that Breezy drop, I am looking forward to that.
Another 127 songs.
That's what I'm about to say. Now, I mean, he been away as far as from albums for a minute since the last joint.
Has he? Because I thought I don't know when he did because he been doing one for every year.
Well, the
hasn't he?
Indigo he dropped that was like a year and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? Maybe more. Indigo, and then he, I guess he reloaded it, whatever you call it when you add the
Oh,
tracks
the
to the
deluxe,
shit.
the deluxe edition.
Deluxed it, you know. So yeah, that was over a year and a half at least ago because I remember I was working when it came out. And I
Oh,
mean
see, no. So Indigo was 2000. Okay,
that
Heartbreaking Full Moon.
that was before that 45 tracks. That was in 2000 like
Heartbreaking Full Moon.
17.
That was 45 tracks, and then he did Indigo in 2019.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Indigo in 2019.
That was the beginning, maybe the beginning.
And then he just dropped. You probably just ain't listened to it because I know I didn't listen to
What's
it.
that?
Slime and B with Young Thug earlier this year.
I did. Yeah, I wasn't. I
I
couldn't.
mean,
do
I
it.
wasn't looking forward to it
I
because it
couldn't
had
do
Young
it.
Thug on it.
Yeah, I can't do Young Thug. I can do him in doses, in just small doses rather.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see him and Breezy on the album. Honestly, only album I seen Breezy do in a collab that I thought was dope was the one he did with Tiger. And I didn't think that shit was fire.
I think the mixtape was better than the album though.
But that's what I meant. That I meant the mix. So I meant a collaboration in general as far as a full project. And
Yeah,
that shit was
because
hard.
because they did the mixtape first and then
Yes,
they did the album,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, I like the mixtape more
Me
than
too.
the album because the album wasn't hitting on nothing to me.
Me too. That shit went hard.
But yeah, shout out to Chris Breezy, and also after our discussion last week, you saw that it became a topic.
Yes,
Chris
exactly.
Brown.
You know what?
I got corrected because they told me I got to stop saying Usher. It's Ursher.
Ursher. So it's funny because now I mean us being in the podcast world, so I can confidently say that 'cause we've been at this a few years now. Whether not it's active or not, we've been at it. So sometimes I be feeling like we put some of these ideas in the atmosphere now. You know what I'm saying? Like
we getting there. We ain't
you know
there
what
yet.
I'm
We
saying?
getting there.
I
We
be
ain't there
feeling
yet.
like, hey, there's a bug out there because just like we listen to random ass motherfuckers out there, you never know who listen to us and just
Yeah.
take one thought and run. But anyway, the point he making is we spoke about potential verses. Everyone talked about. Well, we talked about. Let me not say everyone because I didn't see this before then. Talked about what if Ursher and Chris Brown did a versus? How would that go?
Right.
And I actually made a post about it, and people were saying
Oh,
Chris
you did
Brown.
an Instagram story about it because
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. And then people were saying Breezy would blow Usher out the water, and that was surprising to hear.
I was surprised to see that too because I
Yeah.
think I made a post on our Instagram post when we posted the YouTube clip yesterday, I think. And yeah, the responses that I got was like
Yeah.
Chris Brown is gonna blow us and ain't no
Yeah.
comparison. I'm
Kidding
like,
me?
whoa, yo, whoa.
The disrespect, right?
Y'all are disrespecting the hell out of Usher right now.
Now I'm not. I mean, either decision is you can respect it. It's debatable, but don't say it's gonna be a blowout because don't forget that man Usher been around since he was 15, and that man about 40
That's
now.
a fact. That's
And
a
Chris
fact.
Brown been around since he was 15. Maybe just older 15, but still.
He might hit you with that. You make me wanna.
You know what I mean?
Oh shit! Oh,
Take
yeah,
me back
yeah.
to the you remind me days. You know what I'm saying? 8701.
I ain't really like that 8701.
8701 was the weakest album.
You remind
It
me
was
of
one
a
of the
girl.
weaker
I
ones.
hated that song.
I understand that was one track, but the album itself was dope. You know what I'm saying? Then of course
I hated
everyone
that
know he emerged with infamous Confessions.
And listen, I know y'all be hating on Usher and his EDM songs, but them shits go hard to me.
They
Fuck
do.
y'all.
They do. They do. They really do.
Fuck
He,
y'all.
he understands that world greatly. So shout out to all.
Him and Chris both have those songs.
very
They go
true.
really
I was just
hard,
gonna say because if you listen to the Breezy ones, that's where Breezy is able to stay a platinum artist for the most part because he does have that following on both sides, all sides rather. So, and they're both not just good singers, but they're good entertainers. Like
Yes, they're both because shit. At one point in time, Usher was known to be the next Michael Jackson.
Yes.
He was the only one that doing all the dancing in MTV awards and all that stuff, and then followed behind Chris.
Yep.
Was right there behind him doing the same thing. So.
Yep.
Got to put respect to both of them. They're both legends in their own rights.
Yeah.
For different I ain't gonna say for different generations, but
because they coexisted
Yeah,
in
they
this in
coexist.
similar generations. But yeah, you're right in a sense because Usher touched an earlier generation, which is kind of our age ish.
right.
You know what I mean? Then Breezy, we just followed him from when he was young. You know what I mean? All the
Right.
way into now. So yeah, shout out to both of them. I think to respond to that, I don't know who to take. I'm not even gonna answer that because they both like I'm big fans of them both. So I don't
Again,
even know.
I think my perspective is still the same. It depends on what how you're going as far as how
Yeah,
the strategy's going.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
if Chris hitting you with some club bangers back to back to back, you got to kind of compete with that club banger stuff. And I don't know
yeah.
if Usher could do that for 20 straight
Nah,
songs.
but if you go to
But if
baby
you go on to
making,
make it baby making, or not even just baby making, R&B ballads and stuff,
yeah, we got
Usher
ourselves
might
a battle.
you have Usher might might wipe the floor. So I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
depends on however the strategy go. Cause
Hmm.
Chris might want to try to prove the point, like, oh, I can make these songs too, and
Yeah.
then we have a battle if they're going back and forth. So
But the thing about that is, and I don't mean to be, run this into the ground, but Chris has them. But again, you made a joke earlier, but it's a joke that everyone makes. Nobody listening to 45 songs.
yeah, no
He
shit's-
has those songs on there, but you would have to have the patience to listen to all those songs. And I would confidently say I've listened to every song on every album. You know what I mean?
I listen to
And
them bitches.
mixtape.
I might have listened to them all once, but them bitches ain't on repeat.
Yeah, I mean, I literally worked out my cardio today to Heartbreak on the Full Moon.
And still had a whole half album to go.
literally more.
Anyways, man. So since we talking about verses, man,
Yes.
the latest verses has been announced.
Yes, sir.
Actually, yeah, shoot. Actually, let's back it up a little bit. Let's back it up a little bit.
Okay.
So the conversation that we had last week was T.I. versus Ross.
What if?
What if? And we thought that that might be a good matchup. Now the latest verses has been dropped of Ross versus Two Chains, aka Titty Boy.
Titty Boy versus Rose.
I don't necessarily know if this match up.
I don't think it matches up either. I think, well, overall, I think Ross has it. I think it'll be fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because Two Chains, what you gonna go Duff Bad Boy, then you gonna go 10 years later to
He's
the
not gonna
stuff
play
he
Duffel
dropped.
Bad Boy because people don't know Titty Boy.
I mean, you might. Boy, they know Duffel Bad Boy.
They don't. They don't though.
I think they do.
I don't think this generation remember Duffel Bad Boy
I think they do.
because you got to think he's not entertaining our generation. Our generation remembers Duffel Bad
Yeah, I
Boy.
understand.
He's entertaining all the young cats as well.
So he gonna start with his Two
So
Chains.
he don't. They
run.
don't. I don't. They don't know Duffel Bad Boy. They don't know about
Nah.
him being with Wayne and Duffel Bad
Yeah.
Boy song and all that stuff. So I
Yeah,
mean,
they don't know DTP Two Chains
Yeah,
or
so-
DTP Titty Boy.
yeah.
Yeah, they just know
I don't know if he's gonna play all that. I mean, he may get into it, but at the same time,
Nah, I got you.
is it gonna compete with anything that Ross dropped?
Shit, no. And I mean, I love Two Chains. He's one of my top 10 funnest artists. Period. Like
Yeah.
I would love to, I love watching Two Chains. His shows on TV,
Right.
MTV, the YouTube shit he be doing, all that shit. I love Two Chains. But when it comes to this battle here, and me being from the South and from Florida, shit, Rose all day on this one.
Which is kind of bad because even if when we live in Atlanta, even the people from Atlanta like, yeah, this one going to Ross.
I know, right?
This one going to Ross.
I mean, not the question. I'm just interested to see what tracks they throw out there, and
Yeah.
what goes against what though. That's the thing. Like, is it gonna be lopsided as hell where Two Chains hit us with a couple, his little, vibe. That's a vibe, and then Ross hit us with, push it to the limit.
I can't even hear that.
You know what I'm
That's the
saying?
vibe.
Like,
I don't even know what he gonna play. Let's see what the people, if I can find out here what they gonna.
Cause
play.
I work out the Two Chains essentials. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anyone that has Apple Music knows how the essentials work. You get an artist and it plays their hot tracks for however long they've been around, and he got hits on there. But were they all ever like number one hits? Like Rose, was topping charts and he was a movement. Rose was literally a movement for the South for a while. Two Chains was fun as hell, and he was part of our time, but he wasn't a movement.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it definitely made sense, man. But shoot, let me actually see something right quick. Hold on 1 second. I gotta look this up.
You looking up a song?
Nah. Shout out to Ronnie, man. The
Oh.
playlist curator. For some reason, 5 minutes after these niggas
Oh, yeah.
announced this
He had
shit,
a whole playlist.
this nigga had a whole playlist.
Listen to this.
Bruh.
Now, shout out to Ronnie. We definitely shout out to my dog Ronnie. He's been on as well, and he's definitely, he's in the same industry as us. He fucks around with this podcast shit too, and he's very good at it. But he's also very good at put music together and entertaining. So with the music thing, honestly, I said when I seen his post, I got excited. First thing I said was, oh shit, there's a verse battle. I said Two Chains and Rick Ross. I told my wife. She's like, for real? I said, that shit gonna be live. Then I looked at it. I said, oh, never mind. It's just Ronnie posting a playlist he about to make. I didn't know it was.
I thought it was fake too.
Me too. I thought it was
fake
just
too.
because that's how fast that nigga got a hold of the information and threw a playlist together. Because we didn't even know there was a versus, established yet. I thought it was just him making a playlist saying, let me put some Ross verse Two Chain shit. Come to find out, oh shit, it is a challenge. It's a real thing. He just announced that shit early as fuck. had a playlist ready. I guess either a potential playlist or one that he thought would be pretty dope. And yeah, shouts out to you, Ronnie, man. You make this shit fun. We
Damn, I
appreciate
can't
that.
find this nigga shit. Where is this nigga? Where is this nigga? Where is this nigga? How do you find the friends on goddamn Apple Music and shit?
Shit, don't get me lying.
All right, man. So again, Rick, this shout out to Ronnie, man, because Ronnie ass be throwing these playlists quicker than a bitch. I don't know how the fuck this nigga put this shit together, man. But yeah, so just to start off, so I guess Ronnie started this shit because the nigga's great. This nigga's a genius. I don't know how the fuck this nigga be doing this
Talk
shit.
to us. I want
So
to know
this
what the
nigga
hell
started off at the beginning of these niggas' career. He started off with Rick Ross, Trina, told
Oh.
y'all. I told y'all
Told you
in
how to
the
get
game.
through.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's back in when Rick Ross
That
first
slip and slide,
debuted, slip
Rick
and slide
Ross.
days.
Yeah.
That a lot of people don't even know about. Then he came in with 2 Chainz at Duffel Bad Boy,
Told you.
featuring Lil Wayne. Of course, he has to start his career, but again, I don't know
You
if
don't
a lot
think
of
he'll
these
play
kids
it?
gonna know it like that.
I think they will. If they know Push It to the Limit, they know Duffel Bag Boy. And Push It way before Duffel Bag. Am I not right?
I mean, I'm just saying, dog. Because look, but even if you going back from Told Y'all to Rick Ross put in the game, Ronnie already done jumped all the way up to BMF. So that's not even
Yeah.
going into the Port of Miami album because he
Yeah.
ain't even get into that. And Port of Miami, one of his biggest joints,
Yeah,
BMF.
facts.
So if you're going to BMF, I'm gonna just go down some of the songs he got on here. He got Told Y'all, Rick Ross and Trina, Duffel Bad Boy, Lil Wayne featuring and Titty Boy Player Circle for 2 Chainz. BMF, Blowing Money Fast, Rick Ross. Spend It featuring Tip, 2
Yes,
Chainz. I
sir.
ride around and spin. That's usually
Ride
one of my
around.
jobs right there. Actually, that whole fucking mixtape that album was on was hard as fuck. I'm a Boss, Rick Ross. I'm Different, 2 Chainz. Devil in a New Dress, Rick Ross, Kanye West. Mercy, Kanye West, Rick Ross, 2 Chainz. No, that was 2 Chainz. That was 2 Chainz on Mercy.
Oh, Mercy, yeah, definitely.
16 or with Andre 3000
Oh,
and Rick
yeah,
Ross.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
And then 2 Chainz, Bees in the Trap, Maybach Music 3, Rick Ross. All Me with 2 Chainz. See, look, 2 Chainz going into features with Rick Ross.
Yeah,
still
that's
drop
what I
all
was
these
just about to
songs.
say. I'm looking at that. And
Birthday song with 2 Chainz, cool. Dice Pineapple, Rick Ross, cool. John, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, and Rick Ross can go into the feature bag too.
yeah.
YG
Facts.
Bit Bank, that's not a 2 Chainz song that I don't know if that'll win, but Hustling, Rick Ross, there
Always.
you go. Port of Miami, used to 2 Chainz. 9 piece, 8 Ball, Rick
Rick
Ross.
Ross, yeah.
Fucking problem. See, man, it's so many ways to go. But again, 20 songs a piece. I guess you can play it however you want to. I mean,
Yeah, he did. That was 20.
no, this is not 20. Ronnie did 20 per
That's what I'm
person.
saying.
This
Shit.
nigga got 40 songs on his. This nigga, I don't know how the fuck this nigga put this shit together so fast, man.
I don't know. Cause he's like a fucking music dictionary. You know, he knows where to go. He knows the years that came out. I think in 1990. I'm like, damn. You know?
So, which would you say is Rick Ross' biggest song?
Shit. Biggest song, probably Hustling.
His biggest?
Hustling or BMF.
Okay.
I mean, my favorite might be Push It, cause that's always gonna be like my go-to when I need to get through a workout. Push it to the limit.
So, who would you say is? Oh shit, I didn't even think about that. So, who would you say is 2 Chainz' biggest song?
Fuck. I want to say Spend It. That's the one that just kind of got him back on the map all the way. Right around, I get it. And he just gave me another title. I'm trying to remember. Fuck. Which one? Shit. Damn. I mean, Birthday is a big song too.
So,
Shit.
I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily know if this is a particular order. Okay, yeah. So actually, it is. So his biggest song, and I didn't even think about this one. Aston Martin music for Rick Ross.
That's like a fact or something.
Yeah, number one. It was and number one on Billboards was his two. He had 2 number 1 hits.
Okay.
Aston Martin music and I'm on One with DJ Khaled.
Yeah, that shit was dope too. I mean, they both hits. I mean, I can get where people will say that, but I mean, I've tried. It's a thin line between biggest and favorite. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, I ain't gonna say biggest because it wasn't one of my favorite. Even though I loved it, it wasn't one that I'm gonna be like it gets me in any type of mode or whatever.
I got you. So let's go ahead and look up 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
That's his. Probably was birthday song.
Yeah, what I said. Birthday will definitely be up there. It's your birthday.
Let's see. 2 Chainz' biggest hits.
And the way that beat come in. Shit, if Mercy was his verse was the toughest on that.
Oh yeah,
song.
now that one I would give it to him. That
Sheesh.
version, he killed that shit.
Golly.
He killed that shit.
The way that-
Billboards.
Spend it.
They got him. They got Mercy as number 1.
That's not his song.
That's
though.
not his song.
That
though.
don't count.
Fucking Problem is number 2.
Uh,
but that's not his song either.
Yeah.
It's an ASAP song.
Problem. That's a hit though. Yeah.
And No Lie at number one.
Okay. Yeah. That's
That was
Drake.
okay.
Yeah.
That
Drake,
was a
right?
good one. No Lie with Drake.
Drake. Yeah. Okay. That's a dope one. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And Bands That Make Her Dance at number, is also another one as well where he could play.
That
I
it,
mean, he got some good.
that's
He
his
got some
song.
great features. No, it's Juicy J.
Yeah. Okay.
Juicy J.
Yeah.
Juicy J.
Wale. Yeah. Okay.
So, but overall consensus, we taking 2 Chainz. Not 2 Chainz, but Ricky Ross, the biggest boss.
Yeah. Overall, I'm taking Ross. Got you.
Yeah, same here, same here, same here.
Let's see how this plays out because it seems like what we say and we go against and see comments, people have different perspectives. So let us know what y'all think. I mean, I'll probably make another post because we did the what if and it was the Ti and Ross and
Right.
everybody was saying Ross, Ross, Ross. Well, no, let me not say everybody.
Everybody
It
was
was
saying
kind of
Ross. I was
split.
about to say, y'all,
It was
you
kind of
just-
split. It was kind of
It's
split.
the Chris Brown one that everybody was saying.
Yeah,
Chris.
it was kind of split between Ti and Ross. That is a what if. Obviously, it's not a real versus, but now that we do have a real versus established, which is Ross and Chainz, who do y'all think? And I will take this to IG as soon as we get a second away from here.
Yeah, man. All right, man. So let's go ahead and move on, man. We wrapped up with sports, man. So we wrapped up on music real quick, man. I mean, usually we kind of will segue into a man's court or some other segment right here, but we're gonna go ahead and talk about sports a little bit.
Let's do it.
Although there's no sports popping right now, man. There the NBA and the WNBA restart has the WNBA season has started.
Okay.
The NBA restart has also started as well with a bunch of different scrimmages that's going on.
Yeah.
I do want to give a shout out. I know we don't necessarily watch the WNBA as much as we probably should, but I do want to give a shout out to the WNBA who are out here fighting for social justice. And all of the players are wearing Breonna Taylor's name on the back of their jerseys, as well as giving a moment of silence for George Floyd, and a moment of silence for all those who have been killed by some civil injustice that we have seen. So,
Yeah.
man, WNBA has always been super progressive when it came to any type of social justice. Even, man, shout out to dang, I can't remember her name, but Maya Moore, who pretty much gave up her career to fight for justice for somebody who's been wrongfully accused in jail wrongfully. I probably can't, not giving the correct context behind it, but man, shout out to Maya Moore who basically just stood up for our rights as people and rights as in this world that we live in. So
Okay.
shout out to WNBA as well. Their season has started as well down in Orlando at the IMG Academy, I believe. They doing their own bubble, and it's been successful so far. There hasn't been any negative cases, any positive cases of COVID, and same is going on for the NBA and the bubble as well. So,
Yeah.
want to get your takes on those?
Yeah, with that being said, shout out to Lou Williams who tried to bring COVID from Atlanta's Magic City into the bubble, but they quarantined him, so obviously he won't be able to come into the bubble to start his season until maybe their second game. Because if you didn't know already, Lou Williams, six man on Los Angeles Clippers, he was seen in Magic City here in Atlanta, Georgia, partaking in the festivities. Although he did say he was going to pick up takeout food. Honestly, I met Lou Williams once, and I met him at Magic City. So therefore, I did. So that's not hard to believe. My birthday, 2000, it was a couple years ago. 2000 and shit, whatever year that was. Me and my coworker Chris, shout out to Chris. We went out and got some drinks at Magic City real quick. He treated me out there, and it was me, Chris, one couple, and Lou Williams and his entourage. That's it in Magic City, and of course, they had everybody there. So yeah. Shout out to Lou for trying to bring our hot state of Georgia's COVID down to the even hotter state of Florida's COVID bubble. But like you said, this NBA season is restarting um, tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think the Lakers are playing the Pelicans, if I'm not mistaken, 9 o'clock.
No, the Lakers are playing.
They're not playing Clippers.
Are playing the Clippers.
No, I think they're playing the Pelicans. I think the Clippers are playing someone different. They both play tomorrow, but I don't think they play each other.
Let's look up the NBA schedule.
I really think that the Lakers are playing the Pelicans tomorrow with Zion. Let me know if you see differently, because I swear either I listened wrong, because I didn't research it. I just heard it, and I kind of was stuck on that because that was something I was excited to see.
Always the case. You know you don't be listening.
We shall see.
You know you don't be listening.
We
so
shall
home
see.
Scores.
Go ahead. Tell
Yes,
me I'm right.
tomorrow at 9 p.m., LA Lakers are playing the Los Angeles Clippers.
Told you. You don't listen, bro. I mean, that's one thing about my my
6:30 at
co-host.
6:30 p.m. Utah Jazz is playing New Orleans Pelicans.
He don't listen, because that's exactly what I just said.
These niggas is retarded as fuck. These niggas is retarded.
Shout out to the restart, because I don't know about y'all sports fans, but bruh, if it hasn't been boring, motherfuckers was watching bowling for a while. They had masks on. COVID mask while bowling. It was already quiet. It was even more quiet. But just to watch these sports, even watching the NBA is going to be fun to watch because it's the NBA. But I've already heard that it's extremely quiet. You can hear sneakers squeaking. You can hear LeBron calling out the defense and calling out the offense and all of that. But question: while we're talking about the Lakers, you did hear about AD.
Hmm.
So AD seemed like I guess he took an eye injury during his last scrimmage versus the Magic. Was it a couple nights ago or?
I'm not sure. I know it was in the middle of the day. It was like on noon on Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, so he got, I think, was it Michael Carter Williams whacked him on the face. The shit looked intentional as hell. I'm sorry to say, but it did.
Hmm.
And AD was out. He didn't practice for their scrimmage game yesterday, I think. So, question is he gonna come back in time to make the game?
He's
First
back.
game.
He's at practice right now. He got on the
Oh, he told you?
goggles. No, he got on the
Oh,
goggles,
okay.
man. The not the Horace Grant goggles, but he got on them Kareem Abdul-Jabbar goggles that
He
he
got
got
the
on.
Antoine Cars.
So he's out here. He's ready, man. I don't think it's gonna be a problem, man. And them
Okay.
boys is ready. I mean, them Lakers about to go ahead and do what they do and take home this ship, man. Shout out to the King out here doing his thing.
Okay.
But I do want to ask you a question. Have you been watching some of these players and stuff and how they've been feeling about staying in these hotels and all that stuff?
A little bit, like not much, but I know they not with the shit, boy. Cause I heard they not feeding them good. They eating like kids in there. They got little Lunchables and shit, pretty much.
I want to give another shout out, man. Shout out to JaVale McGee, man, because he has a little YouTube vlog that's been pretty much giving you a day by day update, and there's other players that around the league that's doing the same thing. But it's been very entertaining, man. It's kind of funny, man. But they actually are um, reliving their college days, them AAU days back when they was kids and all that stuff. So it's been hella funny, man.
Yeah, he probably saving a hell of a lot of money too. I'm sure Braun still found a way to get his own personal chef up in there to have some kind of
That's
shit.
what I said, bro. I'm pretty sure Brian. All those other players are complaining, but I'm pretty sure Brian got his whole suite decked out.
Exactly, exactly. He like that mob boss in prison where he's still eating steaks in an all white robe with his damn fucking jail letters on it or whatever. But nah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am because, like you said, we've been bored as hell.
Yeah.
I've been watching highlights. I don't know about you, but I've been watching old highlights. Slick getting excited like it's
Right.
new. Like, oh shit. Knowing I just watched that shit fucking last year or whatever it was.
Do you think that it's going to be successful going through the entire playoff restart and everything without any COVID tests?
No, no.
Again, your boy
no.
Lou will.
Lou already showed us the season couldn't even restart officially, and he couldn't help himself but to see some ass in Magic City. And Lou, what I'm saying, that's just one case. Imagine some of the stars. Whether we heard before his thing where women were on Instagram, vixens already saying they were invited to the bubble,
Yeah,
not naming names, but saying that NBA players were inviting them out to
They
the bubble.
did say the name of the person who. Well, I don't know if they said the name, but they said it was a player from the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
That was inviting random chicks
See
on
what I'm
Instagram
saying?
and Twitter to come to the bubble.
And I mean that right there. I mean, I'm sure it's not a lie, even though I know women lie, people
Right.
lie. But no, come on.
So
man.
you don't think they got like a whole little prostitution hotel over there just for the players to
Got
get
to
their
be something. They agents got to be doing something for them. Like they bored out their mind right now. You know what I mean? I understand right now you're supposed to be focused, getting ready to push for these playoffs, but they bored. They've been bored in quarantine. You finally get them away from their homes and get them to this bubble. That's as close they're gonna get
And
to
they
a
supposed to
Ritz
be gone.
Carlton or something.
Supposed to be gone for 3 months, but apparently, the families are supposed to be able to join them within the next couple of weeks after the restart actually starts, and they have a couple more negative rounds of testing. But hopefully, everything is successful because I really don't want to see sports because if this fails, if the NBA fails, everything else is going to fail. We already can talk
agree.
about college football right now. Let's transition over to football right while we at it. College football right now, there Ivy League was one of the first. I guess you want to say leagues in the college football to cancel their season. Shortly thereafter, you've seen a lot of the D2 season, a lot of the D2 schools cancel, and even FAMU, I believe, canceled their season as well. So the MEAC, and I think the only teams right now that are playing are those Power Five conferences that has the opportunity to win a championship. But I don't even see how that's going to even work. I don't see how football could work at all.
Not at all. Especially like we got that many people or teams or whatever canceling out, and those are the that's what makes up the damn division. So therefore, I have no idea how that's gonna play out.
Yeah.
While you're on the subject, quick shout out to ex-wife of Amazon owner billionaire for donating I think $20 million to Tuskegee
For real?
HBCU.
Oh shit!
Most
that's
ever
big.
donated to a HBCU. And not to say sadly, but Dante, shout out to you, Dante, made a point on Instagram. He was like, it's sad that a lot of our African American millionaire and billionaires wouldn't have done this, but she did $20 million. Mind you, she's a billionaire because she got more than half or about half of his fucking
She
money.
getting that all right back
so
anyway.
that ain't nothing to her. So she's already blown through like $2 or $3 billion since she's been divorced
That's
with him,
crazy.
and that's not even been a full year they've been divorced.
That's
She's
crazy.
blown to $2-3 billion, not blown, but like giving it away. In other words, like she's giving it to people that really need it. So
Yeah.
shout out to her for thinking about an HBCU, and shit. Hopefully, it starts a movement to get some funding in these HBCUs. I mean, that would be pretty dope. You know what I mean? Because that's what we need to stay alive, to be able to
Yeah.
participate in a lot of these different tournaments and whatnot.
Yeah, man. While we talking about it, we could give a shout out to Howard University, who got one of the biggest basketball recruits
Yeah,
of their
they did.
generation and went ahead. And I think that is a starting point. I know one of the number one basketball recruits, Mikey Williams, I believe his name is. I'm
Okay.
not sure if it's Williams, but the kid Mikey, man,
Hmm.
he got one of he's been talking about, he was like the number one recruit, I think, for not this year but for
Yeah,
2022 or 2021. But he's been thinking about going to HBCUs. But since he started making that conversation,
that's great.
um,
That's
he
great.
there's been a lot of players
Yeah,
been
and
out here.
he's actually, I heard he's actually trying to get other individuals to, join force, not necessarily at Howard, but in general to go to an HBCU.
Yeah,
And you did see that Ken Griffey Jr.'s son is
signed
going
to
to
FAMU.
sign to FAMU for football.
McCour is the recruit name, who was the one of the highest ranked players to choose Howard. And
Yeah,
I
that's his
think
name.
McCour Maker is his name.
Okay.
So give a shout out to him. Shout out to Ken Griffith's son as well, DP alumni. DP.
Hmm.
Even though he's not really that good, to be honest with you. But
Well, hey, don't
hey,
do
he's
us
still
like
a
that.
top recruit, man. Come over here to FAMU, man. We're gonna treat you right, man. We're gonna make sure we get you right, man. Hopefully, that y'all do have a season. I was talking to a parent the other day who said his son got recruited to play for FAM, and they said that they just taking it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Because after all, their eligibility just getting pushed back, and
Yeah.
they have some decisions to make, especially if you're like in that junior year or that
Hmm.
sophomore junior year. What are
Yeah.
you gonna do? You gonna come back for that senior year? You
Yeah.
gonna come back for that junior year? So
Yeah, I mean, but back to the point we were saying, it funding helps. Funding helps. Like another point that give you another shout out, Dante. He made that I did not know. And like we spoke about, I asked him. I said I'm going to do some research to find out if what you said is true. That no black celebrities are giving this kind of money to HBCUs when you got this young lady or old lady, whatever she is. And he was like, the only person to give that kind of money was Dr. Dre. He gave $70 million, but he gave it to USC, University of South California. So it's like we know that's not a HBCU, but in other words, support some of our institutions so we can, have the funding we need to be able to recruit some of the people that we can recruit, and to get money back into our schools so we can educate better. It's a chain reaction. It's a domino effect, as he says, to get this stuff going. But small steps got to be taken.
So just talk about real quick about some things that they're doing for football to try to make it, I guess, playable. They're trying to introduce face shields, not only just the eye shield that a lot of players already wear, but also like a mouth shield that's going to be covered, I guess, from spitting or sweat. But it's going to cost. I
It's gonna
think
be
personally,
expensive.
it's no, it's not going to be expensive. It's just going to be hot as fuck, and
Yeah,
it's going to be hard for a lot of players to breathe.
makes sense.
But they're trying. That's the only way that the NFL has come about talking about it. They're still debating about whether they're going to be players or they're going to have fans or not.
Yeah,
With them $1 billion stadiums that they have, $1 million stadiums that they have, they're going to lose a lot of money. So they're trying to
yeah,
make sure they preserve any money that they can on the NFL side.
yeah,
And the same thing, I think, for college side as well. That's why those Power Five conferences are still considering playing their season, whether they either play in their state or whether they just play in their conference. That's what they're considering. So
yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work out. I honestly don't see that there's going to be a college or NFL season. But fingers crossed
I
it
know, right?
happens. And then we can go ahead and transition over to the NFL right now. If you
Yeah,
want to.
yeah. I mean, as far as NFL, I mean, again, there's a little activity in every sports. Like we just gave you basketball, what's going on. That's pretty much the biggest one to pop off. Baseball. Um, as far as football,
Since you just said baseball, real quick,
um,
Have you been watching the NBA scrimmages?
no.
Okay. So baseball was the first to put in fake
What
fans.
the hell's a fake fan?
NBA has doing fake
Oh,
fans as
I'm
well.
thinking about it's hot outside fan. You mean fan as in the person watching
Yeah,
the game?
they
Okay.
doing fake fans. Baseball been putting like cardboard cutout fans in the stands.
That is so. So we on some video game shit. Okay.
But the NBA is not necessarily any better. But they've been basically have like
Oh,
a
fake
big
cheers,
ass.
don't they?
They've been having a big ass jumbo screen,
Uh huh.
and I think NBA TV are a big ass jumbo screen where fans could zoom into and watch the game, and they have them like cut out on a seat. They zoomed in and they sit in the seat.
Wow.
It's weird as hell. It's
I'm gonna
weird
look
as hell.
that shit up. That sounds.
But you
funny
got to
as
check
hell.
that out, man. So that's how they're trying to be creative about giving the fan interaction to the players
Yeah.
by creating fake fans.
That's hilarious.
So But yeah, man, to the NFL.
Yeah, to the NFL, man. I don't really have much update. I know right now the big discussion I'm seeing is well, one of two things. One, they did a top 100,
Mm-hmm.
top 100 players that are playing right now. Isn't that the case?
Yep.
Players in the league, and I guess a couple big points that were made was one that Tom Brady was ranked no, over fucking Aaron Rodgers, which I don't see how that's even a big debate. Okay, I think that's the proper way to put it. But two, I know some people were left completely off the list who are
Yeah.
definitely deserving of at least a top 100, if not a top 50. Those two individuals specifically to mention would be Cam Newton of the now New England Patriots and fucking Carson Wentz. Fuck his name is
Carson
Carson
Wentz.
Wentz. Ain't he Eagles?
Carson Wentz is the Eagles quarterback.
Eagles
All
quarterback.
right,
Yeah.
let's get into it. I'm gonna say Carson Wentz don't deserve to be in the top 100 because he can't stay healthy.
Okay. They could say the same about Cam though, can't they?
Exactly, but I do think that Cam deserves to be in that top 100. I think the respect behind Cam is outlandish. I think it's just completely uncalled for. But Carson Wentz hasn't. He's proved himself. Don't get me wrong. He's proved himself, but he hasn't proved himself to the capability of a Cam Newton, who is a former MVP.
Yes, that makes sense.
So that's why I don't think Carson Wentz. I think he's still one of the top tier quarterbacks. I
Hmm.
just don't think he deserves to be in the top 100 category.
That makes sense. Now I didn't look at the list in detail, but they say it's kind of everywhere, so I'm assuming all positions are covered in the top 100.
All positions are covered in the top
So
100.
then that makes
Yes.
sense. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean you just because you're a quarterback, or like you said to you, a top 10 quarterback. Shit, I
Not
mean, like
top 10, top tier.
top tier. Sorry, I'm about to say or a
I don't
top
know about
quarter.
top 10. I haven't ranked that yet. I haven't
Or
ranked that.
yeah, being a decent quarterback doesn't
Yeah.
mean you have to make the top 100 because you still have people that you have to be. You have to give value to their position, like the Aaron Donalds and all those people that play on the
Yeah.
line and whatnot who deserve to be in top ranking positions. It's
Exactly.
not always going to have to be a quarterback, receiver, running back. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
or a corner and all that shit.
Yeah.
But
I think the debate behind Cam Newton is I don't know. It's a tough
yeah,
one because I know he had a rough season last season, being hurt
yeah,
and out and all that stuff. Uh, but I do think that there should be some consideration. I know he didn't perform the best in the Super Bowl,
yeah,
but he still was an MVP player who took a team that's really
yeah.
had nothing outside of Kelvin Benjamin
Hmm.
as the number one receiver. And at that time, I think they went to the Super Bowl without Kelvin Benjamin.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
that's he had Greg Olson old ass, but whatever.
shit, well, while we're on Cam, I mean, we didn't get a chance to really touch on him going to New England, but what do you predict him to do over at New England?
So
Being
I
there?
guess we're gonna need to back up the conversation then. If we're gonna bring up Cam, then we have to go ahead and talk about the
Okay,
infamous
yes,
free
TB.
agency of Tom Brady, who chose to leave his longtime coach and only coach that he's had in the NFL of
Bill
Bill
Belichick.
Belichick,
Mhm.
and chose to go to my team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We in this bitch, you know what I mean? Who did everything? Tampa did. I want to say that first. They did everything they needed to do this all season, man.
Yeah.
So applauding them. This is the first time I ever seen the GMs actually do
Yeah.
their part like they're supposed to in the off season. They did some great work. So shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fuck the Glacier Brothers, but shout out to y'all as well. And Bruce Arians, I still don't have faith in you, but hey, whatever. So once Tom Brady decided to leave,
Gronk.
Gronk came out of retirement and signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's like I said, the GMs they did an amazing job this offseason. I don't know,
Yeah.
but hey, shout out to them. But once Tom Brady decided to leave, the quarterback position was pretty much wide open in New England. But however, New England chose not to sign Cam Newton initially. They pretty much waited it out just to see what was going to happen throughout the draft, and then they got the opportunity to sign Cam Newton really for the league minimum, which is outlandish. It's
Yes,
just
for
crazy.
a former MVP,
For a former
superstar
MVP,
quarterback.
man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So yeah, now that he's in a great system, and I will talk about it. I've always been a Tom Brady hater. I'm still a Tom Brady hater, no key, but he's with the Bucks, so we ride with Tom Brady. I've always thought that Tom Brady rode the coattails of Bill Belichick throughout his career, because I think Bill Belichick is a great coach. He's made nothing out of something, but everyone wants to give Tom Brady his credit,
Yeah.
which rightfully so. If you want to do that, you could do that. But I think this season right here is going to show a lot out of Bill Belichick and a lot out of Tom Brady. And I think having Cam Newton in this Bill Belichick system,
Hmm.
shit, boy, it might be a
Yeah.
problem. It might be a problem.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I didn't read up, but I listened into a few people, some of his peers in the football league, speak about that. You know what I'm saying? Like even like fucking Odell Beckham was talking about it. He was like, Cam first was like, when New England called and was like, hey, we want you. He was like, how that's gonna work? Me and Belichick, you know what I'm saying? They don't even sound right. You know what I'm saying? But I heard Odell speaking like, you know what? When I heard that situation, first thing I was like, well, I know you as a dude. I know him. That's what you need. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You need something like Bill Belichick. So fuck the how I'm gonna make this work with my ego and your, and your in the way you coach. It's okay. I need someone like you to control my ego and target this fucking energy into a damn, you know what I'm saying, a fucking good season. You know what I mean? And you need a good season because, like you just said, he had a horrible one last one. He hasn't really done nothing since his damn Super Bowl run, and we see how that ended with old ass, Peyton them taking his ass the fuck out of there. But I mean, I guess it's going to be an interesting year to see. Like you said, it's a testimony to one Tom Brady to see how he can survive outside of the system he's used to his entire career, and also a testament to Belichick to see if he is that great of a coach or did he just have his ass a fucking Michael Jordan superstar
Yeah.
that just is going to win wherever he's at.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people actually forget that Tom Brady uh, came into the game winning because at the same time, Brady was still not Brady, but excuse me, Belichick was still doing his thing before Brady got there with the quarterback named Doug something shoot. Anyways, Belichick was still doing his thing before, and then the quarterback that was starting before Brady got hurt. And then Brady just came into a good sweet spot, and
Yeah.
after that, that was all she wrote.
History in the making. So yeah, off of that to another point that was made. So it's like we going playing catch up. First thing we heard about fucking Patrick Mahomes of Kansas City Chiefs quarterback champion, Super Bowl champ, was that he signed the biggest contract. Was that in NFL history or some shit like that?
And I want to say the quarterback's name. His name is Drew Bledsoe, who will start because Drew
Oh
Bledsoe
shit! Damn, Drew
was
was
still
the truth.
doing his thing under Belichick before he got hurt and Brady took over. So we in Patrick Mahomes right now.
Yeah, I was just saying he's was that not the biggest contract supposedly signed in NFL history?
So let's talk about this contract. Patrick Mahomes signed a one of the largest contracts
Mm-hmm.
for any athlete.
Oh,
That's NBA, NFL, XFL,
MLB shit.
MLB, all that stuff.
Damn.
Um, However, and it was I think 153 million over 10 years or something like that.
Shit, I
Maybe
thought it was
500
504 million over a year.
over 10 years.
Yeah.
Technically over 12 years because he's still under his rookie contract. Um, to be honest with you, man, yeah, that's a major signing. But the 150 I think was guaranteed. But I still don't know how to feel about the contract because over 10 years,
Yeah.
that's a long ass
It's
fucking
a
time,
long
bro.
fucking time, bro.
That's
That's
a
a
long
long
fucking time
time.
that you might not even necessarily even play
Yeah,
because
yeah.
after player negotiations and agreements get negotiated and all that stuff, after maybe 3 4 years, you might have to do a whole other contract because
Yeah.
that the salary wages might be going
Yeah.
up, go
And
up.
one
So
thing
I
about
don't
the
know.
NFL is, I mean, outside of the fucking Patriots until this year with them losing TB, every year could be anybody's year. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So yes, he was an awesome quarterback, probably the best player, last year. Period. That don't mean that's gonna be the case this year or next when motherfuckers step up. So
Yeah.
it's almost like you're counting on him to be the GOAT forever now. So my opinion on that is that they're kind of trying to create another fucking New England Patriots with his ass over there and running the show. Like, let's lock him in for all these years, and he's just gonna take us there or keep us in a winning season every fucking year.
I mean, of course, because you want to build a dynasty. At the same
Yeah.
time, they should try to lock him up for as many years he's want to. But I'm thinking from a Patrick Mahomes perspective, let's think of it like if you were LeBron. You were a franchise player. You know what you bring to the team. You know your value. Even the fucking Roger Goodell is looking at you like you're the face of our league now. We need
Yeah.
you to direct it. LeBron controls his destiny because he signs a 2 year deal max.
Max, yeah, I understand.
1 year, 2 year deal max, and then he controls his destiny of wherever he want to go.
Yeah.
I think Patrick Mahomes is kind of not necessarily screwed himself, but he kind of limited himself by signing for a 10-year contract because that's
Yeah.
a contract where you can't go nowhere. Like you can't if you
Yeah.
want to leave and you're unhappy with a situation. Let's say if Andy Reid gets fired after year 2 or 3, Andy Reid decides he wants to retire. You get in another coach, and then y'all going into a losing,
Yeah.
losing
And
situation.
it's damn near likely, more than unlikely.
Yeah,
Shit.
and so he kind of screwed himself into that. But at the same time, it's a great signing. One, not
Yeah.
only because it's a great signing because not only he's young, he's he's a face of a franchise. But also, it hit at the right moment because he's a black quarterback in an era right now where black lives matter.
There it is.
Where we're
I
trying
mean-
to make sure that everybody knows that black lives matter because there was a stigma out there that black quarterbacks couldn't win a Super Bowl. Doug Williams was the last quarterback, and that was however many years ago to win a Super Bowl. And Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes came in here and he changed the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, we even got Lamar Jackson out here changing the game right now.
Yeah, big
I
time.
do want to sit here and say this right here to all my Cowboy fans. Dak Prescott don't deserve that goddamn money. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I think you won't be the only one to say that. Period. But I don't know. I don't even want to touch on that too much. I mean, he been a big baby about that whole
He
process.
hasn't
Period.
signed anything yet, but
Yeah,
I know he missed his opportunity to sign. But I think
yeah.
Dak Prescott thinks that he's more valuable than what he really is.
I feel
And that's just my personal opinion. I'm not a Cowboy fan. So,
you.
Tanisha, I know your mama probably gonna be upset at me about that. Shout out to Miss Cherry. But yeah, man, y'all go ahead. Yeah, shout out to you too, Marcus. I know you listening.
It is, man. But shoot, that's again. There's not much to talk about right now. By the time we get back to y'all for the next episode, which will be episode 46, we will have a couple NBA games under our belt and a lot more to discuss to find out what's changed, what's exciting, what's not. So
Yeah, man.
if y'all got again any other topics that you want us to talk about right now, why right all we're doing with our days is working from home and listening to podcasts.
And we're trying
Please,
to make sure we get y'all as many episodes as y'all possibly
yeah,
want, man. So
definitely.
please make sure y'all give us y'all feedback, tune in, man, and make sure that you're a part of the conversation as well.
Facts. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it on up. Episode 45 about to be in the books. Let's go ahead and run down this shutdown. And hey, you can find your boy Anwar on Instagram right now at AnwarW_357. That's ANWARW_357. On Facebook, non-existent. Snapchat, Anwar Williams. And that's really it. Watch, talk to him.
Man, you ought to know who it is, man. This is your boy Watts. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Watts4. That is WATTS4. And you can hit up the Locker Room Banter podcast crew on both Instagram and Twitter at Locker Room at LRBANTER407 on Instagram and Twitter. And the Locker Room Banter podcast show on Facebook for the Locker Room Banter podcast crew.
We
We out.
out. Listen twice.